So I'm going to pull this guy out here. And as you can see, or maybe you can see, try to get you down here enough. Position the camera here a little bit, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at this. I'm learning, but you know, give me a minute here. So as you can see, the tires themselves, I've changed out the proportion here so they're not sticking out so far one way or the other. They're pretty close to where they need to be. I forget what the degrees are on the offset, but I've got them set the same on both sides. Same with the front, even though I've got it kind of cocked. You can see they're much straighter and look like everything's in line. So it should be fairly close. We'll check it out. If not, I'm sure we'll notice it right away. All right, set the truck now. See, I don't like the way it squats very bad in the back. I mean, it comes back up, but I don't know if it's a fluid issue or what. I refilled them twice, so I'm not sure. Okay, it's still off a little bit on the steering, which is always the problem with this. Something's still off with the steering. But I did get I got a Turnigy, I think it's a 2050 or 2150 or something kV. Let's just give it a little run here, see what it'll do. Yeah, it's starting to be a little crazy already. So let me see if I can turn you around here so you can see what's going on. I want to get a little bit of a good rip on it if I can. I just want to see what it's got in it, you know, and how hot the motor and stuff's getting. That's my main goal today. Still turns like a tank though. It's wanting to come up off the ground an awful lot, which I don't like, but and I'm going to leave the camera where it's at there, guys. I'm going to be coming back. So let's see if we can get a good rip here. Every time I get on it, it wants to go to the left. Let me see if it does it the same side coming back, so I know which side to look at here. No, it didn't really do it that time. Maybe it was just me hitting too much power at once. Now, I don't like the steering system in here. The rack and everything is going to be replaced eventually. I'm going to upgrade that crap. So this is only 4S, and as you can see, the tires are already ballooning. So let's do a little off-road here. Ooh, what in the world was that? It didn't like something. And see, now it's really turning like a tank again. Something is not right with that steering. I do not like that. Yeah, that's going to have to be replaced. So I'll be looking into hop-ups for that for sure, guys. As you can see, when you launch it and you get on it, it's got plenty of ass now, so that's good. The steering is still, I won't even say left to be desired. It's pretty bad. It's junk. It's gonna be ripped out of there. So I've got some speed going on this guy. I can't really get on it though, because every time I do it wants to go to the left. But all in all, the car is up and running. So that's a plus, right? I mean, it just turns crazy stupid. But let's see, this is reverse here. See how much it's got on the punch. come down here and get it all lined up here so we can kind of check that out. Something like this here, and we're just going to gun it and see what it's got. Ooh, no. Wow, that did not like that at all, did it? I can't even turn around in the damn pavement area here. That sucks. Wow. What in the hell is going on with that? So it's not, unless it's too much at one time. Let's see. That's full trigger right there. And I just had power down. Maybe it's a LiPo issue. I don't know. Let's see what we can see. So we'll get it up here on the back of the truck here. Got to figure out what's going on with the old shred here. The motor is blazing hot, and that. So I got the dynamite. I got a dynamite fan in here, guys. Let me show you what I got. Pull it off of here. So I got a dynamite fan in here, and it's just not cutting it on the heat. It's not taking that shit away at all. I mean, I guess it's doing something. Sure doesn't seem like it's doing a lot, though. That's for sure. Alright, so I may have to gear this thing back down. I think I got a 23 in there. So I'm probably going to have to go down to maybe like a 20 or something. Something not quite as tall. Yeah, I think that's going to be... I think that's going to be it right there. And the ESC is blazing hot too. Yeah, that's just going to have to be something I look at for sure. We got some more work to do on this guy for sure. So that's another project that hasn't really been turning out the greatest for me. And this right here is one of those 25 kilogram servos from eBay or Amazon or whatever that I really like using. But if you can see the servo saver in here, these, I mean, just look. Before it even moves, look how much that damn thing moves. These things are junk. I do not like those at all. So it's really affecting my steering. I'm going to be ripping all that crap out of there. I'm trying to look at the rack while I have you guys here. It's an aluminum rack, so it should be okay, but something is definitely not right with the steering on it. And I'm going to start with the servo saver. So I'm going to rip that thing out of there. Maybe I'll get a new one. Maybe I'll just put in a... maybe I'll just take out the steering servo or servo saver altogether. So I don't know. We'll take a look at some options there and see what we can find. But as you can see, here's the packs that I'm running here. They're Z packs, 5200 milliamp, and they are only 2C. You know, you got 3 pins there. That's 2C or 2S. I don't know if it says it on the pack anywhere. I'm sure it does somewhere. But as you can see, I got them zip tied in here right now. I got some more parts coming for this. I decided to go ahead and get the correct battery trays for this because this just isn't cutting it. And actually the batteries are hot too. Wow. So it's pulling a lot more than what this wants to handle. So in order to get any kind of real stability out of it, I'm going to have to go down on the gearing probably at least 3 teeth. So I'm going to look for something like a 20 tooth. Try that out. I think I have an 18, so maybe I'll throw that one in just to see where it's at, see how it hits and all that jazz. So maybe we'll try that out first. So that's going to be something to look at for sure, and then we'll just have to go from there. This one here is it's I don't know how to describe it. It's a fun build. but it's also a pain in the ever-loving ass. So I wanted to replace, let me show you here. I wanted to replace the center differential setup. I do not like this at all. It's the cheapest of cheap. It's junk. I hope Redcat hears this and realizes that this shit needs to go. I do not like this at all. So this is an upgraded motor mount. It come off of something else. I don't remember, maybe a Volcano or something. The guy I got it from something else. It's not what originally comes in there. So it comes with a 1300 kV motor. They're not the greatest thing in the world. They're, you know, they barely run on 4S. So I got this thing powered up to where I can go 6S, but I can't even get it stable on 4 right now. So what my thought process was is I'll rip out all this here and I'll put in the Typhon version 4 or 3 or whatever center differential setup, and I'll put in a spool. Okay, so I got everything, and unless as you can see, I got marks and stuff on the chassis. I was actually going to drill it and all that other jazz. I'm not sure that I want to do all that, because if I ever were to sell this thing here, it's not going to get anywhere near what I'll have in it. So I'm trying to avoid doing that. I do that a lot with my builds. I kind of throw a lot of money in them, and then if I ever want to resell them, I'm pretty much stuck with them because I've got too much money in them. So I don't want to continually do that anymore. I think it would be a better idea to just play with it as is, kind of get some use out of it, you know, and try to work up what I already have. This is still the plastic, or is it plastic? Yeah, this is the, okay, this is the gear that I upgraded. I upgraded the spur gear there on the center differential, or whatever the hell you call that thing, and I put a Losi one in there. And it seems to be working better because it's, you know, a lot smaller, but I may have to put a bigger one back in there once I go to a smaller pinion gear over there. I do not want to add a bigger motor in here. This motor here was like a $40–50 job, and it's got plenty of power for what I want to do here, so I don't want to go overdoing this thing here and going crazy. For one, if you look at the differentials in the rear here, you can't really see them, but just look how small the case is there. There's a lot of fail points here that could potentially happen. Back here is a big one. These arms have been upgraded. I actually upgraded them myself. You know, again, I've spent some money on the truck, which is why I need to stop the bleeding and quit doing that. I upgraded the big bore shocks, which these shocks in the back here, something's going on. They're kind of sticking. I don't know if I got bad fluid or what's going on, but they're full of fluid, at least last time I checked. So I got to look at it. Maybe I got an air bubble or something in there. I don't know. But the problem that I have with this guy here is you can't upgrade the way that I want to. I want to get rid of all this crap here and upgrade to something a little more high performance. I can't really do that without changing a lot of it and spending a lot of money. And there's just no sense. I mean, look at the screws that are on this guy here. They're not even matching screws. So I don't want to go diving a bunch of money into something like this. It's not going to be worth it. My electronics will obviously come out of here if I ever decide to get rid of this. So this is kind of just for fun. But it is a good truck. It's a nice size, I should say, for getting some street bashing in, even some off-roading. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting this thing straightened out. It's just going to take me a little bit to figure it out. So if you guys have any suggestions, maybe you have a Redcat shredder, maybe you've done some work to it or whatever, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what's good to put on here, what isn't. I'm not really struggling with it. The part that I'm struggling with, like I said, is the money. I don't want to dump a bunch of money into this. It's just not going to be worth it. So I want to kind of keep a budget and you know, build this thing up better than what it was, because 4S out of the factory with this thing here, it's not very fun at that. It'll you know, you can move around with a little bit and stuff, but you can tell that everything struggles a little bit. It needs a little more. So that's what I'm trying to do. Instead of using the original motor, I'm using a Turnigy. I don't even know what this thing is. Let's see if I can find out real quick instead of just continually, there we go. Instead of continually guessing on this thing here, let me show you what it is here. So zoom in that. It's a Turnigy, Turnigy 2200 kV. So instead of constantly guessing on that, that's what we actually are. It's a great motor. I've used that one, that particular one, and a couple other models before, and I like the power that it gives. But you got to have things right on it. And right now, I've got something up with the geometry in the front of the truck. It's kind of wobbly. It wants to pull to the side. It could all be the steering servo saver. I don't know. We are going to find out eventually. So we're going to rip into that here soon. Then we're also going to have to gear it down. So I'm going to start with trying to decide in my head what I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is go down to an 18 tooth. That's 5 less than what I have now. See where that hits at, and hopefully that's good enough. So we'll see where that takes us, and then I can always go higher. You know, I can always go lower as well. So we'll see where that hits us at first. I might have to buy another spur gear as well. But, you know, we'll get something going on. I think the spur gear I got in there now is a 50 tooth. I don't know. We'll check all that out. So just stay tuned. You know, this is an ongoing project that's been going on for a little bit now. You know, as I get time, I'll get some more stuff in. Parts are kind of hard to get a hold of right now. So I'm actually waiting on battery trays. That's why I 3D printed this little here. So this little piece here I just 3D printed and zip tied down just to make sure the batteries don't fly out of here. I don't want to hurt my batteries. You know, they're in good shape. I've had them for a while. I try to take care of them. But you know, there again, I can 3D print some other stuff too. But when you're coming into gearing issues and stuff like that, the only thing you can do is just take it out and put something else in. And it's more trial and error than anything, because I looked at my sheets. I've done all my math on this. It should be able to handle this. I knew the heat was going to be an issue. Excuse me. But the Dynamite fan is supposed to be a pretty good fan, and it's just not cutting it. And part of the reason I think that it's also not cutting it is the ESC as well is also pulling more than what it should, because this ESC actually got pretty hot. So we'll take it day by day, see what we can do with this one here. And like I said, guys, give me suggestions, comments, you know, help me out on the build here. Maybe we can get something going that's really cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you all watching.